Or hit on the stock exchange. It didn't work, my friend, and now you have my construction crews going around the city.
Ooh, what song is this?
It's Darude's Sandstorm.
I know what the rude sandstorm sounds like. It's been on my running mix since 2001.
What is this?
It goes do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
What are you?
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Is that what we're listening to?
You're evil.
This is what will happen. The next time I ask for the name of a song, and the reply is the Rude Sandstorm!
My name's Charles Bronson, and all my life I've wanted to be famous.
Welcome to the Friday nights. I'm Jason Sandberg. Phil's pretty good week at the LCS. It seems like they're syncing it up so that Battle Beast is coming out when Redcoat's coming out.
Okay.
So good week.
Full screen. I had to bring Michael back in. Here we go.
No problem.
Okay.
Yep. And then obviously for Redcoat, I went with the Invincible cover.
Wow.
There's some duplicate and some other stuff in there. Oh, and then Dinosaurus.
So
the Dinosaurus
what's the status of the Redcoats there? Are they putting up a good fight, or are they getting pushed off to their little pushed out into the ocean?
There's one left.
What's that?
There's only one left. There's only one left. Yeah.
Have the French arrived yet? No.
The French came and went.
Oh, okay.
And then Battle Beast, another good issue of Battle Beast. I don't know I don't know how long they can keep this going, but I heard the sales are phenomenal, so I'm glad for them. Greatly enjoying that. Last week, I was last week or the week before, I mentioned that I got this in the mail.
Yes.
Everybody, if you did not back this, it's Tom Tuttle's Vampire Western comic. If you did not back this, go get it in demand. This was a fantastic read. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. Great book, a lot of great twists, and there's a twist at the end, and he totally he blindsides you, but he's building towards it the whole way. I cannot wait for the next installment of this. I messaged him after I finished reading this. I'm like, damn, you did it. You did some stuff in a vampire story that I had not seen done before. Great story. And then on the topic of Westerns, mm-hmm. I got this in the mail today. This is Man with No Strings #1. Now I had backed the first issue digitally, the 0 issue. This is just absolutely beautiful. Looking forward to reading this. Just fantastic art, and it just completely pops. Just when you see art like this that doesn't even need to be colored, this is it's just dynamic, just beautiful. So thank you to the Diaz brothers. Looking forward to reading that. And then as always, hard at work on Jupiter issue 2. Thank you, everybody. We're at 159 signups. 150 signups. So we're 2 signups away from 160. Thank you to everybody that's been sharing the link. Thank you to everybody that's signed up. Just going to keep on racking up those signups. So
I'm going to bring that up.
Sure.
So I think I'm in the same boat as Michael, where I want to do a sign up page, but it's either I go with MailChimp or you've got the convenience that this is built into Indiegogo, right?
Yep. Yeah. I think at the end the way it works is that you can download the email addresses and then add them to a MailChimp or add them to a Substack. When it goes live, they'll do push notifications, and then as people back, you get the backers' email addresses. And obviously, it's never 100% overlap. There's people that sign up that might not back. But the key thing is that you got their attention, you got that you can kind of get them into that funnel of even you don't get them during the live campaign. You can remind them about the book when it's in demand, that type of thing. So there's a virtue to getting the signups, because people need to see things several times before it registers. So even regardless of how many signups you get, you're getting eyeballs on your project, so that later on they're more likely to convert to backing it or checking it out in depth.
But you're only 2 away from 160, right?
Yes.
Is there an incentive? Is there a sign up incentive? Have you even thrown anything like that out yet?
No, I've got I've got another meeting, 5 or 6 weeks of work on principal or work on the book. And then I'm going to start working on the. Actually, I did order the Challenge Coins campaign medallions. I'll be getting those in a couple weeks. Then I'm going to begin to work on the add-ons and the stretch goals and stuff like that. So once I've got those tangible, maybe I'll tease those out.
Okay, very cool. In memory of Michael, I'm drinking a margarita.
Michael. Michael, we hope your internet gets rebooted. Cheers, Michael.
But I was looking for books to bring out of my collection. Yeah. I was asked SF Gaming. I haven't checked the chat yet, but I'm pretty sure I have T-Bird and Throttle physical. Okay. I just can't find it. Again, I'm going through my whole collection. So last minute, I dragged these things out. Did you read?
Oh yeah.
Off the spinner racks. I mean, these things, I got these going back like 70, 78
Yep.
to like 85.
Yeah, that's that Adam Strange, Superman Adam Strange. I think it was Jose Garcia Lopez was the artist on that one.
Artist, yeah. There's a couple of others in there. Williams, like a Graham Williams, or
when John Byrne took over Superman, he turned Action Comics into a team up book. I think Superman should have a team up book.
Oh, these books are great. And I mean, I don't know if you the panel layouts and like the lettering and the word bubbles, like they took advantage of every possible, like you could tell between all of them, they were going to have their piece of the pie. And it's like, we are going to fit this into the page. And I'm just picking a random one. Just for an idea of like random page, random spot, like every page, you know. Look how many panels. Every single, like my artist, it's pulling teeth to get him to put like 4 panels on a page. But
in Jupiter issue 2, there's a 5-page story with 18 panels per page.
Oh my god, 18! Oh my goodness,
18 panels per page.
So I dug those out of my archive. I figured that would be kind of fun to flip through, and I just had a look at again page layouts and stuff. Yeah. I'm kind of getting sad with Soltac. We're on the last like 3 or 4 pages of production for issue 5. So although it's good to wrap up the book, it's also like, you know, I mean, we're going to take a break. What to do from there. And then I had a confession. I was curious if anyone else does this with regards to celebrities. Do you ever look at the celebrities that are in the same age bracket as you and that were born when you are, and then you have a look at how they're doing now compared to you to see if you're aging well in comparison?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like an indicator. Like, Well, and the other thing is, you obviously you've seen the kind of those memes about how 50 years ago, people that were 25 looked like they were 45. But regardless of that, it is a healthy. It is a good little indicator to look around and say, okay, how am I doing in terms of mileage?
So
you know,
I'm 6 months younger than Cillian Murphy, and I'm like 6 months older than Tom Hardy. So that's, and then like Alyssa Silverstone's in there. Reese Witherspoon, same thing, born the same time as I am. So that's my celebrity bracket. So yeah.
I don't think about them like as being like, I don't think about ones in my age bracket. I think about ones that are like younger than me, and I'm like, it's weird because, like, you know, I grew up most of my life and everybody's older than you as far as like celebrities go. And I reached a point where I'm like, wow, there's a lot of them that I'm older than, and this feels weird.
And Austin, what's with that loud music too? I mean, it's just these kids. It's with the loud music. But the other thing you got to keep in mind, Craig, is that all these celebrities, they have a budget, and they have. I mean, some of them go the way of Tom Sizemore. Let's not kid ourselves. Or Gary Busey, but the other ones, most of them stay in the public eye. What's that?
Buttered sausage. Yeah.
They have chefs who carefully calibrate all the macrobiotics and the nutrients and stuff like that, and then they have like personal trainers. So you gotta
go. Yeah.
You gotta look at like a Brad Pitt and go, okay, all right, I'm gonna take Brad Pitt. I'm gonna dial back like 10%, 15% for his personal trainer, and then be like, you know, how's he looking, you know?
Yeah, but they also do copious amounts of drugs, Jason. Like they have unlimited ability to indulge. We're talking like Elvis on the toilet eating like peanut butter, banana, bacon, you know, sandwiches, you know.
But Craig, you are the show's Hunter S. Thompson. You typically have 3 substances competing in your body at any given time. So that all balances.
My gummies are at the far end of the office. It's disappointing to me. What should we do? So, by the way, welcome, Austin.
Yeah, Austin, how was your week?
Week's been kind of stressful, like in a good way. Like today is like the day of the year for me with the convention and the Kickstarter being kicked off. So it's been weird.
Well, for those that are watching, Austin has a special place in the lore of this show. What had happened is it was last year. It was way back when. Austin was going to be on the show, and then his girlfriend said, "You're taking me out tonight, honey." And he said, Craig, dude, I am so sorry. I wanted to be on the Friday nights, but last minute I need to save my relationship. Maybe it was Valentine's Day. I can't remember. But he put his relationship ahead of his comic book career.
That's right.
He wasn't on the show. However, while he was out at a 5-star dining and having filet mignon and martinis, we and K-pop junkie, we looked at his K-pop. We looked at his campaign. We talked up his campaign. We talked about we looked at his trailer. He got like 5 backers while he was out. 7 backers while he was having dinner, while he had skipped on us. He gets home and he's like, man, I tell you, dear Lord in heaven, I know I did wrong by those Friday nights guys, because I stood them up. And I know that there's karma in the universe, and just please don't let this work out badly for me. Turns out he got like 7 backers. He's like texting and he's like reaching out to Craig. He's like, my God, thank you guys. You guys are like the best show ever. You don't even have to be on the show. This is just fantastic. And so, Austin, you're kind of are always going to be a bit of a legend on this show. It's good to have you in person. But Austin, what was that like to come home after having ditched us and having seen that we came through for you? What was that like?
Well, I had to fill up the bathtub and put a few little drops of holy water in there. There was some crosses, some candles, and just a very long, stressful night.
All right. Very good. Austin, are you reading anything that you want to hold up or show off or give a shout out to? Anything you're reading?
In the other room, I got some back issues of Hellboy for my birthday. Some BPRD, like the offshoot ones, not the main storyline. So I'm excited to be reading those. I fell in love with Hellboy just last year, for real. So I've been catching up on that.
Very good.
Very cool.
If you like BPRD, I also recommend The Nevermen. I think there's been 2 series of The Nevermen. It's kind of a spinoff from that world. Highly recommend it. It's a good series. Artwork by Guy Davis. Good stuff. So Craig, I know that Michael right now is rebooting. He's flipping all the circuit breakers.
Unless he found a reason to ditch us. He figured he was going to just take off.
He's clearing the goats away from the satellite and strings and whatever he's using.
He's smashing stuff. Damn it! Does that happen tonight?
All right, Craig. Who's in the chat tonight?
Okay, yeah. You want to do the chat first? Okay, perfect. All right. I get to try to make my buttons work. First and foremost in the chat was Vulcan. He says, "Hail to the Friday Nights. Hail to you as well, Vulcan." Episode 142
Vulcan.
Now. Episode
back at it again at the Friday Nights.
Yeah, 142, Jason. We've been doing this for 3 years. What's wrong with us? Yeah.
It's only been 3 years?
Yeah. Radio Stories now again joining us says, hail to all of us. Michael, myself.
Hey, she shouted you out.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm starting to like her stuff and share her stuff a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm amplifying her stuff. I'm sure she appreciates it. Everyone does, right? We all do.
That's right.
Dr. Mask joining us and says, good evening, everyone. I know Dr. Mask noticed my choice in music for tonight was It's a Sin, your book's called Envy, so it wasn't really hard for me to draw the comparison to, And plus, like I said, I'm close in age to Tom Hardy. And then I threw in that Darude Sandstorm theme. So our closer...
That was my favorite part.
What's the what? The what?
Darude Sandstorm. That oh, yeah, that's like early. That's a pre 9/11. That's the last.
Okay. Jason.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You didn't have Darude Sandstorm in your high school dances. I'm sorry.
I was a rave. Like I did a lot of ecstasy. So in Toronto at the city hall at like 3:00 in the morning, they would have a mystery bus that would show up and it was all painted and spray painted shit. And the windows are all blacked out. And at 3 a.m, if you were standing there, you'd board the mystery bus, and it would take you to a random rave at a random club, and they would tell you which one, and then they would feed you.
Nice.
So I got so messed up one time, Jason, on ecstasy. Me and my friend were trapped, and I puked, and people are trying to help me. I'm like, I got to get out of this fucking place. So I said, look, I'm smart enough to know if I keep making left turns like a mouse in a maze, eventually that left turn will lead to the entrance. Trust me. So I stuck to a left wall, and I followed it, and eventually I got to the exit, and me and my friend stumble out of the club, and there's a line of police cars with their lights on, and there's like cops just standing there. And as the two of us completely, my eyeballs looked like 8 balls. Yeah. And we just like stumble, and the cops just staring at us. They like not even a head move, not a baton, not a gun, just let us stumble out of the club. And then we went into the freaking night. But yeah, that's a bit of my 90s.
Wow.
Anyway.
Don't mind us.
Yeah. SF Gaming.
Can you believe them in there?
SF Gaming joined us, says Hail Friday Nights. Hail. SF Gaming's one is the T-Bird and Throttle. I'm positive I've got a physical copy of that trade paperback. I know he sent it to me. I just got to find it somewhere.
I've got physicals of the T-Bird books, and on his last campaign, I backed it digitally just so I could have it on my iPad, read at night. So good stuff. And then Scribe Comics joining us as well, says, hail, gentlemen. Hail as well to you, Scribe. Thank you for joining us every week so far. Pleasure to have you in the chat. Crenshaw joining us as well, says, I holla. And then Vinny quickly stopped by. Vinny Arts quickly stopped by and said, hi, guys. And then we had someone troll us while he was here that shortly disappeared off Twitter after he was here. Who? What happened? Yeah, well, so, you know how again we talked about this, where sometimes people go into your sphere and then they get mad at you because you're friends with someone that they don't like. And if you continuously don't like people that other people tell you to not like, you eventually find yourself at a like fork in the road where you're having to choose between friends if you get into other people's bullshit. So, anyways. There we go. Michael's back, by the way. Michael's back. So yeah, shortly after that, one of those problems solved itself, and then the person who was giving us a hard time, they disappeared. So I'm glad to have Vinny. Like I said, I'm cool with anyone who's cool with me, right? Vinny's a good guy. So Michael, did you turn your computer off and on? Oh, Vinny's still sticking around. He says he agrees. Yeah, a lot of crazies online, man. I know, Vinny. That's why I think most of us here, we just walk our own path. Right. And we don't buy into other grown man's high school fucking squabbles because it's a waste of time and energy. We walk our own path, and when in doubt, we keep taking left turns. That's right. We'll find the exit. We'll find the exit. Crenshaw's asking if Canada's that far from Mexico. Well, they call us snow Mexicans up here, right? So I get called Maple MAGA and a lot. I actually enjoy it. I don't mind that. Right. Jump back in, robot. It's funny. And then I agree with Vinny. We're here to create. Is Michael calling tech support? Is he off camera calling tech support? Hey, it adds to the adventure of the story, right? Yeah, so that's true. Do we want to baseline Austin's campaign? Yes. So Austin, we believe in stolen valor, and what I mean by that is that anybody who backs during the contiguous broadcasting of this live stream, we're taking credit for it. So we do this thing called baseline. We're going to look at your campaign, and we're going to see how many backers you've got, so that at the end of the show we can compare that to where you end, and then we can take credit for it.
That sounds fair to me.
So do I got her up right now? Yep. All right. Okay. So we got 11 backers. Baseline Austin 11. For an elevator pitch. I'm going to go grab a gummy on the other table and be right back. Okay. Yeah. Well, Austin, we'll look at your campaign in earnest later. But as an elevator pitch, what's the scoop here?
Just left. All right. So this is very much like Gargoyles, but very violent. There's supernatural and fantasy aspects to it, involving demons, and Lucifer is trying to take over the world again. He wants to strike out at God. It's like it's the prophecy. It's the time to do it. He's taken over Limbo. and he's trying to get the kings of hell into to Earth, and they summon King Belial, but King Belial has a run-in with Archangel Michael. Michael has a honing sense that I got to go intervene, and so he destroys King Belial, and then King Belial has to make a pact with the druid that summoned her and be like, I'm going to be reincarnated, and Fritz is like, well, why don't we make a pact that you're a human and you don't have to be reincarnated? And they go, I guess I don't really like you, but sure. And so King Belial is then reinstated as a human and does not have to be reincarnated as a little baby demon. And has to understand what it means to be a human, though, for the pact to be fulfilled, and then get her full demon powers back. All this while Lucifer still has kings and demons coming up from the underworld. There's different forms of cults making sacrifices and rituals, and Native Americans, the Muskogee, they do a dance and a prayer and summon the demon phoenix, but they, in their culture, it's the thunderbird. So I'm trying to draw different kind of connections that way. And we're gonna have Egyptian demons and Canadian demons. So it's a lot of fun.
Do those demons apologize? No. I muted Michael just for a second. Michael, just giving you a heads up. Every keystroke, every ambient sound that you're making, is amplifying through your mic. Just let you know. So.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All good, brother.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the elevator pitch. We'll look at the campaign in depth. We baselined it at 11 backers. While you were talking, you got one backer. We baselined you at 11. You're already at 12. Good job, young man. All right,
Hell
Craig.
yeah.
Craig, what was the first of the 3 most important news stories that flew under the radar this week?
So I failed to share his link again. So hold on. So his link is pinned to the top of my YouTube chat, but I've learned that if I don't post it again while we're live, it doesn't go out to the Twitter feeds and everywhere else.
Oh, what the heck here?
Yeah. So hold on.
Do you want me to do it, or you got it?
I think I got it. I'm giving you guys all wrenches, but so here it is. Here's the Kickstarter right here. So while we're live, I'm going to pull this off because I know Kickstarter auto updates, and we don't want to give away the hat trick too soon.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. That's right.
So there we go. Okay. So you mentioned the 3 topics. What crazy 3 zany topics do we have this week? Yeah, I apologize. I'm a little I'm having a good time though tonight. I'm a little buzzed. Austin, it's a good thing when you get me in a buzz situation, because I have a tendency to end up spending more money. It's like I'm at a strip club.
Austin, the other trick is you got to come on the show when he's kind of spatting with his wife, because then he's like, I'm going to show her. I'm in charge of my money.
No, that's not how it works. We've actually got separate bank accounts, so I know I have a good idea how much money she has. But yeah, I'm the one with predominant savings, so I'm living my best life.
Yes,
I'm gonna get totally liquored. So Michael,
go for it. Go for it,
Michael. So I already downed my margarita, Michael.
I kind of want to join you. I got one waiting on me. If I can go grab it.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, go for it. So now I'm breaking into the gin smashes.
Michael, is that a juice box? What have you got? You got a juice box? What do you got?
What is that?
All right.
I can't hear you. I unmuted you. He's muted himself, I think.
Oh, I put the volume down so the clicks wouldn't interrupt.
Yeah.
I was trying desperately to get to Kickstarter. You can hear me?
Yep.
Can hear you. You hear you now. Yep.
Actually, it's
I
really good.
think
You sound good.
I think it's okay. I think it's getting better. This has been hell. Very fitting, given Austin's concept. I have been in tech hell
But you worked through
yes,
it. You didn't give up, and you didn't bail on us like our previous co-host. He just said, enough.
No.
Yeah. And he didn't do a Christian Bale.
That's right.
I'm doing everything possible. But yeah, I have a golden monkey because while I love the margaritas, and I'm glad that Craig has now joined my margarita club, I have to
get me hammered. The percentage is high.
Well, that's why I got this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's like 12%.
I have to.
Nice.
See, mine's only 9.5. Now I feel inadequate, but I have to get a wisdom tooth pulled.
Okay.
And the margaritas were give me trouble after the shows. So until I get that pulled, I have to get a regular ale.
Yeah, I gotta see a dentist. I should take advantage of that. See, Jason, here's a travesty. I have $1,500 a year of coverage, and I don't take advantage of it. I haven't seen a dentist in 2 years. What am I doing?
Self-care, man. You gotta do the self-care.
Go for those cleanings. Go for those checkups.
You're driving everybody in the household around. Why don't you drive yourself to the dentist?
Terrible. Okay, so our first story here comes to us from Daily Galaxy. Those are driving us. We got 23 joining us so far. Thank you so much for tuning into our crazy zaniest every single Friday. We appreciate your support. This one comes to us from Daily Galaxy. The Japanese, Jason. Japan. They've been one of the friendliest countries so far, by the way, by far.
Lately.
Yes. Japan wants to build a solar ring around the moon. What do you think of this idea, this proposal? They want to build, hold on, let me hear you out. They want to put the ring around the moon. It's going to have a cable, basically connecting the ring directly to the moon. Okay, so it goes from cable to the ring to the moon. Then they want to beam concentrated microwave beams directly at the Earth. Okay, high intensity microwave beams to capture sites, and then those capture sites would have unlimited clean energy beamed in from the moon. What do you think of this proposal, Jason?
Austin, wasn't this the plot of Highlander 2?
I wouldn't know. I never watched it.
There can only be one. There can only be one receiving microwave station, Jason.
Michael, what could go wrong?
Everything's going to go wrong until, given the pattern and the tradition that the Japanese follow, where things don't really catch on till they're like minuscule, very small. So this is too big for success. They have to make a small version that people are willing to accept. Yeah.
Craig, how are they going to get all that? How expensive is it to get all that metal up there to build the ring around the moon?
Well, the interesting part is you can actually mine a lot of the resources from the moon. So it's just a matter of getting the labor force up to the moon. So who is it that you decide to shuttle out there to get the work done? That's the true question. Crazy.
Yeah. I think that they just forgot that nobody can go to the moon. Like, I don't know how they thought that we were going to do that.
Because of the Van Allen belts or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's just we've never done it before, so I'm joshing. They're just going to have a couple of bimbos that accidentally fall on each other in the space station, and it's going to be embarrassing, and the breasts are just going to be super bouncy and overly bouncy. So, but that will constantly happen until everything works.
So Craig, is the microwave is going to come down to Earth, and they're going to get captured? Is that going to get transferred into steam, like a steam generator? Or because I know you can put electricity into a microwave, but I don't know if you can put a microwave into electricity.
No, they're going to capture the microwaves in the batteries, right? And basically store it, and then have an abundance of clean, free energy. What could possibly go wrong with directing microwave beams towards the Earth, Jason? Like, I couldn't see any instance of cancer or
yeah. Michael, I got $5 that says one of those targets is Pearl Harbor.
There you go.
Oh, like a second chance.
Sneak attack.
A second chance
Sneak attack.
campaign.
Right.
That's right. So-
Occasionally, the microwave beam goes over, North Korea
That's right.
and over Moscow. I'm okay with that.
All right, we're gonna have. Oh yeah, Dr. Mask has got some comments.
There's been quite a
here.
few. Yes. Thank you for getting me back to the chat. So there's
Yeah,
been quite a
That's
few.
why we're here.
I apologize. I'm getting a little drunk tonight. I hope you don't mind, Austin, if I'm sloppy tonight. I apologize.
Wait, Craig, do you? I was gonna say I want to thank Austin for being in sleeveless solidarity with me. Is Craig also in sleeveless solidarity with me? Yes.
Michael, I
So
actually
Jason-
set this up as a bit. I actually put my camera like angled like yours. Got
Do you
the
want a
black
Mad Ruth
tank
shirt,
top,
Michael? Hey, do you want a Mad Ruth shirt?
Got
Hell
the
yeah.
lights on behind me.
Yeah. I've also got it in a black and silver too. I got a bunch of them.
Oh, well, dude, that's the one I gotta get, man.
All right.
But Austin, I appreciate it.
When you back
noticed-
issue 5, I will throw a complimentary shirt in just for you, Michael. How's that?
Of course, I'm gonna back issue 5. Jason's the adult on the panel.
Yeah, I'm gonna have problems reading this chat. I'm already like, oh my God.
if you want me to read it?
No. I thought snow Mexicans was because your border is open as Mexico was. No, it's quite the opposite actually. So it's in my outro. Some lunatic at our convention. So I don't know if I know you guys don't give a shit about Canada and stupid Canada politics. I apologize for boring you to death. Our government bribed a bunch of MPs to cross over to form a majority in Westminster. You can't do that in your parliament, right? You can't pay congressmen to switch parties.
Oh, not in the open, but you can behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, anyways, he bought his own majority, so that's the
Okay.
first time anyone's ever done that. So I guess kudos to him. But anyways, I put a lot of that in, and some lunatic proposed that because we subsidize our education to the tune of $500,000, if any Canadians want to go to the U.S. for education, they should have to pay a $500,000 fee to go down to the United States to make money. What do you think of that?
Oh, like an exit tax?
That's right.
Yeah, I thought education and healthcare were a human right. How can they charge you for it?
Well, when the government's running out of money and they kicked all the businesses and industry out, they got to get money somehow, right? Taxes
Reasonable.
only go so far. But
Hey, are you going to have those free grocery stores like New York?
yes, there's a proposal from our most extreme left-wing party that the government take over the grocery stores. What could possibly go wrong with that idea?
Austin, do you think a bunch of municipal bureaucrats in the course of 2 or 3 years can design and arrive at a state of efficiency greater and more efficient than the 3% margin of current grocery stores?
Walmart is king out here, by the way. So
I would ask the other previous states throughout history that have tried that.
Yeah, where are they?
Socialism, yes.
Citizen Ronan's chiming in.
Sorry, I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Radio stories now. I like the color of the character in the thumbnail of the video. That must be the Envy. Envy complimenting your work there, Austin. And then, sorry, Crenshaw was weighing in, and he's having a nice dark 11% stout called a Dragon's Milk. That sounds delicious.
Nice. Speaking of Crenshaw, I am going to be a guest on his show tomorrow night.
Nice.
Shout out.
Can we?
Craig and I will be in the
derail
chat.
show.
Craig
to
and I
go
will be in the chat
find
trolling you the whole time.
Okay. Hold on, Crenshaw. What's your channel called? Hold on.
Content. His show is called Content.
Is it called Content? Is that how I find it? Hold on.
That's
Sorry
his
to
show.
derail.
Once Was Cool is a channel. I think the kids call it a handle.
I will. If anyone can get the link out to me or share it to me, cool. No, I'm not seeing it under content. You're gonna make me go all the way over to
No,
Twitter.
I can. Do you want me to research that?
Whoever can get the link quickest into the private.
Oh, you know how competitive I am. Oh my god.
Sorry. Well, I'll just wait until my drunken mess. See who can find.
Austin, do you have
found Crenshaw on
that
Twitter.
Jeopardy? Oh, you found it? Okay. All right.
Oh, I found him.
Okay, so if you click on his pin tweet or his
YouTube
profile,
Yeah,
Austin,
I
what
mean,
do you think of those clips they got going now with like the Bee Gees and David Bowie and Mick Jagger, where they're singing but there's no backing track? How wonderful are those?
I wouldn't ask me about anything that has happened past like beyond 1995.
Okay, all right. You're frozen in amber, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So Craig, you're still working on the Crenshaw.
no, I've got
YouTube?
it. I'm just syncing it all up, like just show. I'm
Hey,
I'm a
Crenshaw.
little bit under,
Hold on. Wait. This
I'm
is
under
Craig.
the
This
influence,
is
by the way.
you should
Yeah.
be delegating this. Crenshaw has a wrench. Crenshaw should be putting his own damn channel
That's
in the
true.
goddamn
Why are you
chat
making me-
because he's got a wrench. Why are
Why are
You
you
need to
making me
delegate.
work? Why are you making me do the work,
delegate.
Crenshaw? Why are you making me do the work?
All right.
Hold on. Hold
Crenshaw
on.
puts a lot into
Yeah.
these streams with people.
Yeah.
So here's Crenshaw's YouTube. It's right here, full screen. There's the link. We've got 38 watching. Please go over there. Subscribe to Crenshaw. Right there, I shared the link. He's going to have Michael on. When are you going to be on his show, Michael?
About 24 hours from now, give or take.
Crazy.
All
10
Craig,
o'clock.
Oh, yeah,
we're-
I'm going to be in
tomorrow
the
night.
chat.
We're going to be in the chat, Craig.
I'll try. I don't know what is coming after the convention tomorrow, but I would love to see it.
All right.
I honestly don't know where he got my characters dressed as Sailor Moon characters. I know I've drawn this. I definitely drew that, but I can't remember when and why and everything.
All right,
Just
Craig.
a
What?
little wasted.
How's my buttonology so far, even though I'm under the influence?
Your buttonology is great. Where's topic number 2?
Okay, topic number 2 comes to us from Earth.com, and this one's kind of an interesting story. So
Yeah.
Yes.
they sent a remote submarine, so no, it's not human beings. So you don't have to mourn for the lives of human beings trapped in a radioactive submarine. Oh my goodness, what's happening? It's unmanned. Okay. But in any case, they
Does that
sent
mean
an
there's women?
unmanned.
Does that mean there's
Right.
women floating this thing?
Yes, there is actually. Believe it or not, the pilot of this particular sub was a woman, ironically, but it's hooked up via Wi-Fi and whatnot. So it went underneath Antarctica, and we all know there's stories of civilizations, and people think there's governments, and people thought that the Nazis survived there.
That's where the ice wall is, right?
Yeah. I forget which admiral it was. I don't know if you remember. Admiral Byrd, is that right? Admiral Byrd was going on about like pyramids and structures, and then it was General starts with an H, and it was told him to shut up and stop talking about it, and he basically said, "Okay, I'll stop talking about the things I found in Antarctica."
And there's a volcano, and you go in the volcano, and you end up in Sakura. You end up like in Earth, there's like a whole Earth inside, like where, yeah. So question: did they get pictures, photos, or anything? It didn't happen.
Well, you know how it is, right? It's a toss between your government funding and what you can say without getting your government funding cut off, right? So they went underneath it. They were reporting weird structures and weird developments under it, at which point the sub completely lost connection, severed its whatever. But they were saying, they assure everyone that the suspicious geological structures and stuff that they found on the underneath Antarctica, they think it was from water pouring through. They don't think it's man-made. So they're trying to calm everyone down, everybody.
In regards to pictures, I believe that Ran, I believe is the name of this craft, got the pictures because I noticed that it's gendered female, right? So Ran, of course, being a female, took a plethora of pictures, but since it's a female, of course, got lost and is never to be seen again. So the pictures are kaput.
Yeah. I just want to jump in with 2 comments. So Citizen Ronan, I don't know if this is the one you wanted to pull up, but he said this show is run like a finely oiled piece of machinery, Jason.
He's clearly hoping you forget that you borrowed him money.
Yes. And our good friend Justin Belmont jumped in the chat as well. Says, hello, radio station now, but hello to you as well, Justin. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, you guys have seen the X-Files. Everybody's seen the X-Files. I've got a pitch for you guys. Okay, this is kind of like the X-Files, but it's like the other side of the mirror here. It's called Kill Switch. Okay, now hear me out. Kill Switch is about these 2 or 3 CIA people who are constantly like shadowing the people who are the X-Files people. They're the ones who, like, when the submarine goes down there and it sees the carved pillars, they hit the kill switch. Is that $1 million idea? Would you watch that show? What do you think, Austin?
I absolutely think that we are missing a sci-fi show where somebody goes to Antarctica and they discover the secret society when it's just on the verge of conquering humanity, and they basically have a save humanity by obliterating the Antarctica high-tech civilization, basically. And none of us in the civilized world has any idea of this heroic mission that occurred to save us all.
Austin, do you think penguins are smarter than they're letting on?
Listen, I am so on board for there to be some lost ancient ruins somewhere. And I feel so, like, when I looked at this article earlier, I was like, holy shit, this is actually something. And then it was like, but this was a remotely controlled submarine. I was like, fuck, no, it's an absolute nothing burger now. Nobody died.
That's right.
Craig, what about the ground penetrating radar and the is it
LiDAR?
LiDAR?
Okay, so the interesting thing about LiDAR is there's no like rainforest canopy to like venture through. It's not like South America where I forget which conquistador it was that reported that there were there was like 2 million people in these crazy cities, and then 80 years later the conquistadors go through. This guy must have been on drugs, man. There's nothing. There's nobody. These cities don't exist. What's he talking about? And then with LiDAR, we were able to see through the canopy of the forest and realize, oh shit, there was this vast mega civilization that got wiped out in 80 years. There's no canopy really like that for LiDAR. I mean, I know you're thinking penetrating the snow. I don't think LiDAR works like that. So.
Michael, you got any theories on you think this is like the Michael, do you think that before Atlantis fell, the people in Atlantis would talk about this civilization in Antarctica that disappeared?
Would they talk about it?
Yeah. Do you think the people in Atlantis had an earlier civilization that disappeared into cataclysm?
Oh, yeah, like a repeated cycle. So one day we will be the Atlantis that another civilization will talk about and blame it on
There is a
Iran.
Possibility that Antarctica was lush and green during early humanity. So there is a possible buried in that snow we could find some of our earliest ancestors.
Yeah.
Citizen Ronan's got some singers in the chat there.
You're saying, I bet they find a lost world where Doug McClure has been stranded since 1970s. Right.
Marshall, Will, and Holly, they're somewhere there under the ice, right?
Yeah. So, do you want our third story for this evening? We're at
let's make sure Austin's back. Okay, let's do number 3.
Okay. So our third and final story, we got 44 watching our Crazy Zanius on this Friday, by the way. If you don't realize, Friday nights, we come to you every single Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 90 minutes, 3 topics with one guest creator. Year 3, episode 142, Jason, 3 years in. And nice. Again, every single Friday. We don't stop. We won't stop. This one comes to us from the Free Press. Even the chimps are going to war now, Jason. So we talked about there would be no new wars. No new forever
Golden
wars.
Age peace. Yep.
Right. I kind of the Ukraine Russia one. I mean, like, let's be honest. There's a lot of deaths. I don't know the death statistics of how many Russians have died and how many Ukrainians have died. It's tragic regardless, right? Like we said, we don't want to kill people regardless. But I'm glad it's not our soldiers over there dying. I hate to say it, but however, is it just a proxy war? Is it just money laundering? I don't know. We don't want to get in that stuff. Regardless, now we got Iran going on. We don't have troops on the ground.
It's almost over.
But in the animal kingdom, even the chimps are going at each other. So this turned out to be one of the largest packs of chimps that they had recorded. And they figured that as with most structures, once there gets to be too large of a volume, like once the kingdom gets to be too big, the borders get too big, somebody wants to split, right? Somebody wants to go off and do their own thing. Somebody doesn't agree with the person who's in charge. And then you get some sort of a splintering. So in 2015 was the last time they had a birth between these two separate, basically rival chimp clans. They haven't basically communicated since 2015. So now we're 8 years into the chimp civil war, and there's no signs of these chimps ever getting along again. So.
Austin, you know, the back to nature people, the Rousseauians are always telling us that civilization corrupts man. And if man were to live in a state of nature, he'd be peaceful and he'd be like the Garden of Eden. What do you think?
You can take a clear look at nature and understand that that's not the case, but that's you know, the American listen, I might be a little bit more inebriated than
I was going to say, who had the 3 beers?
Realized.
Right.
Craig or Austin?
Here, I'll throw this one back at you, Jason. Can it ever be said, you know, in the words of, you know, Reginald Denny, can we all just get along? You know,
Yeah, so here's the deal. Chimps, you can get chimps to the bargaining.
To the what? Did you say the Barbie?
Put
bargaining
another chimp
table
on the Barbie.
Bargaining.
All right.
We're gonna grill
Monkey
some
brains.
things.
So fellas, you you can get the chimps to the bargaining table, and you can bribe them with as many bananas.
Right.
See, Jason doesn't need 3 beers.
Yeah,
The
who's the most
The
inebriated?
the problem is a monkey's thumbprint isn't worth the contract it's pressed on. These guys will negotiate all day. they negotiate in bad faith, and they throw feces at you.
That's right.
Michael, is there anybody that you think could negotiate a ceasefire between these chimpanzees?
No, because I was highly impressed by the discipline these chimps exude. Like, I read how in over 10 years, not one infant crossing tribes or whatever has been produced. You know, right now, or rather in a couple months, or maybe even now, that there are Russian, Ukrainian babies being born, Palestinian, Israeli babies being born. These chimps kept it. That's, you know, so no, there's no negotiation with disciplined chimps like that.
Craig, any sign that they're using tools or weapons in these skirmishes, border skirmishes?
Well, I had an earlier reporting. Somebody handed a bunch of chimps like 100 machetes.
No,
I don't know if that's tied into this particular troop. But there were a couple comments I wanted to jump in here.
Yeah.
So Citizen Ronum saying chimps are bastards. He's saying gorillas are where it's at. Crenshaw wanted to weigh in as well. He said he didn't vote for this kind of warmongering, but he would vote for it if he could.
Good man.
And then so Craig thinks chimps are money laundering in some sort of way. Yes, always. When you
laundering.
When you ask politicians to run anything, there is always a skim involved. Absolutely, every time. Are the poppy fields in Uganda? That's a good question. I think
Grinchaw's come through.
Oh, hold on. He says, keep an eye on the damn dirty apes. The first one that says no will ruin us all. And then
he's got one at the bottom. It's pretty good.
Yes.
That's why they took him out. That's why they took him out.
All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Sorry, yeah.
Do you know that, like, when a chimpanzee troop goes to war, they don't really kill anybody? There might be one death between the troops, but like chimps don't get so aggressive until there's an outnumbering of 8-1. And that's when they will fuck something up.
So they're like Somalis in my high school. Sort of.
I've just been handed this by our legal department. The views expressed by Craig are the result of his intoxicants this evening, and in no way, shape, or form are condoned by the Friday Nights. Austin, we love this opportunity to look at the Planet of the Apes movies with Chuck Heston et al. And so we did a investigative deep dive. So Craig, could you bring up the slides? Yeah. We look for any opportunity to talk about the Planet of the Apes.
You did it, you bastards! You did it.
So Austin, this is a segment we call "It's a Madhouse."
All
right, okay. Craig. So Austin, we have some cut scenes, some missing scenes from the original Planet of the Apes movie. Austin, what do you think about? Would this not have added to the verisimilitude of Planet of the Apes to have them looking at books? What do you think?
And a cook show. Like Martha Stewart.
I mean, I like a good cooked banana, so
I think you could deep fry a banana.
I'm sure they do that at the state fair.
Hell yeah.
All right,
they
Craig,
let's fry anything at the state fair.
Let's look at the next one, Craig. All right, now this was a scene from the escape from the Planet of the Apes, and it was when Cornelius was trying to kind of like break the tension in the courtroom scene. Austin, what do you think? Should they have left this in?
Yeah, I think that would have been like that would have given us the context that we needed in this version. I mean, it's 100% necessary.
That phone beats the hamburger phone.
It does. It does.
This scene would only have worked, Jason, if at some point he's put on hold, and then the hold music, the elevator music, was like beep 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 banana phone.
or the hold music is the organ grinder music when they've got the trick monkey.
So hold on, there's a few here. So Citizen Rowan is saying he disavows. I agree.
Yeah,
he's keeping us in line.
I mean, Craig's right about that, but yeah, we disavow.
It's a
world we live in. We've got to disavow these things, but he's totally right.
That's right. They'll eat her face. Yes. Did you hear about that with the pit bull?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which,
no. Oh man, I hate those. I feel
bad. Some woman, she had a seizure. She had her personal care pit bull. Like there's no such thing as a personal horrible. In the middle of her having a seizure, her pit bull ate her face.
Oh my god!
What's that when you got the dog? You bring the dog on the plane. The emotional. She had an emotional support
pit bull. Don't do that.
I think Over Loving White Woman is the name of my next solo.
Right. And then fried plantains, hell yeah. And then finally, is that a banana?
That's right. All right, Craig, what's next year? All right, now Austin, if they remake Planet of the Apes, how crazy would it be if when he lands, he ends up in the middle of this? What do you think?
I'm gonna be real. I feel like this would be a lot easier if I had watched Planet of the Apes.
Okay. You're in for a treat. All right,
Austin,
Craig.
Hold on. I'm drunk enough, and it's my show. I can do what I want. So here, hold on. Here, we want to talk about apes. So I don't know if you've ever seen my comic here.
Soltac.
Yeah. So I made it a point in my books to put damn dirty apes in Planet of the Apes.
That's right.
Hold on.
And he's an awesome character.
I did read into it to where he joins in on this quest.
There's my orangutan Giles. Do you see him?
Yeah.
I
like him.
He's bribed with money. Go figure. He's bribed to do horrible things with money. Is that a surprise?
I love him.
Thank you. I love creating my comic. There's two things that have kept me sane since 2018: making my comic, and then all these awesome, fantastic artists and creators in this indie space. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
All right, Craig, let's check with the next one. I think the next one's a missing scene.
There is still
All right.
sanity in this world. You know, the rest of the world can fall apart as long as the indie space, we've got it. We've got each other's backs, right?
Hell
Now,
yeah.
Austin, we talked earlier about the chimps doing the territorial war. Well, in the original cut of Planet of the Apes, there are pirate apes that sail up to Gorilla City, and there's a short little subplot where they're fighting with the pirate apes. How cool are pirate apes? What do you think, Austin?
I think you're making this scene up.
Is this
And
like the redcoats
really
coming
need for a
to take your
loop.
guns away, Jason?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not
As some-
allowed to have
Michael.
muskets that fire more than one ball at a time. One ball or more at a time.
Michael, would this resuscitate the Planet of the Apes franchise to have to mix a little bit of Pirates of the Caribbean in there and get some pirate action? What do you think, Michael?
I think so, because if you get like the Johnny Depp character,
Yes, just
like Jack Sparrow in this version, he would throw the poop right back at Amber Heard.
That's right.
It's
That's
a perfect
right.
crossover movie, Apes of the Caribbean.
There you go.
All right,
How
Citizen
would I
Rodin's,
do?
Citizen Rodin's got a question, and then
Hold on, hold on. So,
and then
first off, Radio Stories now agrees with me, by the way, about this indie space. I agree. So to the pie
absolutely,
for bananas.
it's
Crenshaw
it's
says you gotta-
a chest of bananas.
Crenshaw says you got $1 billion idea here, Jason. Once again, giving it away
That's
for
right.
free.
Given away for free.
Apes
All right, I
with
think-
machine guns and Gatling guns and AR-15s is where it's at.
All right, I think we got another missing scene.
Okay.
All right. Now, Austin, this was deemed, I mean, it was the late 60s, but this was deemed like a little bit too much of a stretch. Do you think this would have kind of like taken people out of the movie to see the gorillas rocking?
It might have been. Again, there are quirky and silly things that happen in real life, and you can't delete those. So
That's right.
I don't understand why you would delete the fun out of another production.
They need ZZ Top beards and sunglasses.
Speaking of that, Michael, what kind of music do you think these guys are playing? Is it folk? Is it hippie folk, or is it CCR rock? What do you think?
I'm thinking more of CCR rock. It actually reminds me, when I was a kid, there were two rival pizza animatronic bands. There was like Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese,
Mhm.
and there was Showbiz Pizza that had
Yes.
a gorilla.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Play the keyboards, right?
that's right. Yes.
Did
I love
anyone
it
else
so
have
much.
a Chuck E. Cheese birthday and you were upset if the animatronics didn't, what you would call it, sing your birthday song for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't the only one. All right.
I don't think mine had animatronics in it, but I could.
You're a youngin', Austin. You have like computerized, digitized shit now.
Oh.
I've been to Chuck E. Cheese parties with my younger brother through like the 90s and 2000s, and it's not nearly as cool. So go back in time to the 80s and 90s and whatever, and have a better birthday.
Both
Live
are
a
saying this is
better
definitely
life.
CCR.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what I think we got another what
I
if.
don't know.
in
I think
terms
it's
of,
Blues Brothers.
All right, so Austin, Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Let's say Chuck Heston gets back off the planet, goes back in time. He lands in present day America. What kind of is that a good twist ending? What do you think?
You did it, you bastards. Damn you. Hold on. Radio Stories now, by the way, I just want to throw that in there. This explains the butt rock thing on Michael's name. Shot fired.
Well, I'm not a K-pop demon hunter. So I thought, all right, maybe I'm a butt rock demon hunter.
And then Crenshaw says the new Chuck E. Cheese, the new mascot's the worst. I haven't seen the latest design, but
All right. I think we can all agree with Chuck Heston that this would be a madhouse. It'd be a madhouse. All right. I think we got a couple more deleted scenes. What's next, Craig?
Yeah, you do.
All right.
There you
So
go.
yeah, this is
Yay!
yeah.
It's like I read your mind.
Again, deemed a little bit too much of a stretch, a little bit.
Hmm.
All right. I think we got another missing scene. What do we got here, Craig?
She's
next
got
one?
legs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So in the original Planet of the Apes, there was a breakaway segment where they tell Chuck Heston, we'll let you go if you can win the game show. And so there's a subplot where he's got to go on a game show, chimp game show. But they said, no, it's a little bit too weird.
Hmm.
What do you think, Austin? Would this have flown in 1968?
I mean, you have talking monkeys. I don't think that a game show would, deter from the immersion.
The price is right, Dr. Zayas. Hold on, I want to man. So, Hail Salty's joining us in the chat.
Last week's guest,
Yes.
great Sean Salter.
And then Heston would be demanding they just nuke it from orbit. It's the it's the only way to be sure. That's what Charles Heston would.
That's right. All right, Craig, next one.
Okay.
All right, Austin. Chuck Heston escapes the Planet of the Apes, returns to modern day London.
Huh.
What would that be like the best twist, crazy twist ending? What do you think?
Yeah, because they would all have firearms. That would actually be probably a different timeline.
I got a better story plot for you there, Jason.
Yeah.
He gets on social media and he says that London should be shared with humans and apes. And then the police pull him over and say, "Hey, we think you've had too much thinking for yourself."
Guys, this is what I want. I'm playing this straight now.
Yes.
I want there to be a Doctor Who episode where Doctor Who, the TARDIS is down to current day London, and he's like, "Oh, London, it's so wonderful to be back." And then he finds out that there's all these people getting stabbed. He's like, "We're going to get to the bottom of this." I think that would be a fantastic episode of Doctor Who, where he can figure out why these people are getting suddenly stabbed in beautiful London, and he turns the whole shit show around.
Well, it turns
Michael,
out to
would
be
you-
ape gangs, but they don't like him revealing the fact that it's the ape gangs. And they're like, "Shut up, you're not allowed to talk about that."
There you go. Michael, would this be the one thing that the Doctor Who could not straighten out in England?
Yeah, no, they would not be able to straighten that out, and the show would be promptly canceled. So.
There you go.
All right, Craig, I think we have like two more, and then we're all right. So another subplot in the original Planet of the Apes was Chuck Heston decides he can turn the tables on these apes by setting up a Ponzi scheme, and so he has to teach Cornelius and I forget her name, has to teach them how to run a Ponzi scheme. Austin, right. would this have been a good plot twist?
Yeah. I mean, it's a classic structure, and we fall for it all the time anyways. So it was not a stretch to just bring that somewhere else.
Is this a scene where Charlton Heston tells them they should put water on the crops and not electrolytes?
Yes, that's right. Michael, what's better? What's better in a movie? What's better, a heist movie or a Ponzi scheme movie? What do you prefer?
With the apes, I'm going with Ponzi.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Craig. I think we got one more.
Yeah, it's what plants crave. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
All right, guys. This was an alternate ending to the first Planet of the Apes. I don't know. I think this would have taken me out of the movie. What do you think, Austin?
This would have brought me right back into the movie.
Right.
I'd be very excited for a crossover and for an extended universe.
Michael, would this be the greatest post-credit scene of all time if they did this?
Well, for me, yeah, because I just see a gal with shredded clothes, and that's all.
You know what's the beauty about this scene, Jason? I already know who's going to live and who's going to die.
That's right. That's right. All right, I think the chat's saying they like that idea. All right, Austin, thank you for playing along. Let's now look at his campaign, Craig, and we'll maybe is there a trailer?
I got one better than you. I got a story
What you
with
got?
the trailer. So check this out. So we talked about Twitter and all the things that are wrong with Twitter and end-to-end encryption and all this stuff. So when Austin was putting his campaign together, he reached out to Good Stuff for a trailer, and then Good Stuff ghosted Austin, but Good Stuff didn't ghost Austin. It was just Good Stuff never saw the message. So finally, behind the scenes, I reached out and I said, "Hey, we sent someone to you for business, Good Stuff, and you never got back to him." So Good Stuff was automatically upset. He's like, "I would never ghost anyone for business if you approach me for a trailer." So Austin, fill us in. How did this work out between you and Good Stuff for this trailer before I play this? How did this work out?
Yeah, I just sent the message, and he got back to me a few days later, maybe a week later, and was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can make it up to you. I can just give me what you got, and I'll make something out of it." And I was like, "All right." So I sent him the video, and he sent me this gorgeous piece of work back. So now I have this nice, flashy sizzler reel, as the kids call it.
Free of
He's
charge,
so
right?
good.
He just did that for free, right? Didn't he?
For free, yes.
Yeah. So there you go. So
He's the man.
55 watching, you're a creator out there, you want a trailer on the cheap. Usually it's like $100. So people are telling you 2,000, 3,000. No. You can get a trailer for like $100, or in some of our cases for free if you catch Good Stuff on a good day. So for the 56 watching, here is the trailer for Envy, polished by Good Stuff. Here you go.
Hell yeah. I have to say, on that note, since Austin's our guest, I wore, since his label's imprint is American Demon, I wore a black and white American flag shirt.
Nice.
In solidarity.
We have to pick some of your tattoos apart there someday. Like, so you know how I got like Jack Nicholson there. Hold on, I don't know if I should.
Oh wow.
Although you've been pumping so much weight, your arms are getting so strong. It looks like John Belushi now.
But here's Johnny. So I got Jack tattooed on my arm. So if you wonder why I got him in my
Now, that is one I did watch, and I enjoyed that a lot.
Why are we on 4chan? I thought I shared the campaign. Hold on, my apologies. I'm also in the process
like 4chan.
Trying to back at the same time. Yeah, I'm just a mess. I'm a drunk. Everybody, I apologize.
And me too.
So this one here that I've got open, the tab I got says 14 backers, and we started at 12. Is that correct?
11. Started 11.
Oh, so we've already got 3.
I already did the hat trick. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Already.
Thank you.
And now I want to find this secret tier, so I'm sort of off to find it. But I'm not going to slow down your momentum when it comes time to for me to back, and we can deal with that shit show when it comes. So look at that, you're at 15 now. Bam!
Oh, nice. Yeah. God damn.
So
yeah,
the floor is yours, Austin. You just tell me in my drunken stupor wherever you want me to toggle, whichever one of these. If you want to go to rewards, it's up to you. I'll basically be your fingers on your campaign. The show's yours. So.
That's what he says to all the girls.
Right.
So I made Envy. I've been kind of dabbling in the woo-woo and the occult then going over Aleister Crowley and I can't pronounce this, Trismegistus, the ancient guys that have compiled occult stuff and have kind of landed on the Lesser Keys of Solomon. So I got a copy that stays in print here and goes over some starts with the catalog of demons called the Goetia.
Are you holding stuff up? Sorry, do you need me to give you full screen?
No, I'm just showing like some of what this study has.
Okay.
So
Very
the
cool.
Lesser Keys of Solomon, there's the Goetia, that's one key, and then there's like stories and spells and all kinds of stuff to
you go deep,
exemplify
man.
the rest.
I've learned so much from reading your issues, especially since my namesake Michael is a badass in the book. That resonates with me.
So if you want to click thank you on the sidebar, I think I actually have extended previews under that on the campaign page there. Just go down a little bit. I think I have Archangel Michael about to, so he's about to collide with Belial or Belial, which is our titular character Envy. And I made it was a lot of fun doing angel designs and demon designs, but Michael is just this absolute unit, first incarnation, first of his name. So
what time period does your book take place in, or does it span many timelines?
So it takes place in present day. I know I have some of the Muskogee there doing their dance, but that was just kind of like a powwow on their territory that's kind of taking place here in Appalachia. I kind of put it in north eastern Alabama to South Tennessee kind of area. If my research is correct and if everything's correct, that's kind of like the pre-Trail of Tears, pre-colonial like territory of the Muskogee, which is a branch of the Creek Nation of Indians. So
interesting.
That's kind of where I put them, and but there's a lot of things that tie in. It's very difficult to like to just straight up talk about the story.
Well, Austin, so I've seen you on K-Pop Katie show, I feel like 3 times. I've been on your show. Now you're on our show. I don't feel like I've ever really known, like, what's like your inspiration for tackling these demons and angels? Like, what was the thing that like drew you to tackle a story like this?
So like in college, I kept drawing these sexy demon ladies.
Nice.
And
good start.
I just had so much fun doing it. I kind of developed a story with them, and it was because like I discovered Webtoon, and I had been reading a couple of Webtoons on and off for like 3 years, and I was like, what does it take to publish a Webtoon? Oh, I can do it for free. Oh, this is like YouTube, but for webcomics. So I was like, well, what can I do to like kind of test the waters with this? So I took these demon ladies that I was drawing and kind of cooked up a story then and there, and started trying to post and experiment with it. And that's kind of what kept me going. And like I was, I've been in the church most of my youth, and I've always had heard about the the spiritual warfare that takes place, the demons and the angels that fight for our souls on a regular basis. So I took that and I was like, well, what are the roots of demons and the roots of angels, and like where does it really stem from, and what manifests them? So that's like where the study that I kind of like wanted to dive into for it happened.
I made my Sunday school teacher very uncomfortable when I pointed out the fact that when the devil offered Jesus half of the world, Jesus was tempted by the offer, which means the devil owns the world. Because why would he be tempted by such an offer if the devil couldn't make that happen?
Wow.
I have heard that the earth is the devil's playground.
Right. I got you cannot attend our school anymore. You can just go play.
Hey, Craig, let's take a second. Let's look at the chat here.
Sure.
I backed. Vulcan backed. So do you want to?
Thank you. By the way.
Let's give some kudos to that.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you for reminding me for the chat.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Thank you, everybody, for backing it.
First off, we all want to give a shout out to Good Stuff. The Good Stuff slays. Thank you, Good Stuff. And then Jason's knacked. I guess he's saying card. No, he's back. Yacked, backard. So Jason's back. I haven't even attempted yet. So wait for it. SF Gaming's let us know he was also excited.
Thank you
as well.
Thank you.
And Vulcan as well has weighed in, and Vulcan has backed your
Vulcan.
campaign as well. Look at all these awesome people.
Look at those dudes.
Thank you.
And Radio Stories now has
Thank you.
Back as well. Vulcan says you're up to 17 backers now, Austin. Is this show? Is this show a mess, or is this show the greatest show?
It's the best show on the internet.
It's both. And that's why it's a beautiful show.
And we have got scoops on Planet of the Apes cutscenes.
First issues are an accident.
They're all on VHS.
And then Crenshaw's weighing in, not half. All the kingdoms of the world. Bible makes it clear that Satan is ruler of the world for the moment.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
There you go. I'm not an absolute drunk, Jason. I'm not that. Okay.
So,
do we want to take a break from the campaign to see if, in my inebriated mess, I can get my backing out of the way, Jason?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So we'll let you guys figure it out. Do you want me to play the
Austin,
trailer again? I can give you some.
Yeah, do the trailer, and then when we come out of the trailer, we'll talk to Austin while you're trying to get your fingers to work.
Okay, fantastic. For 56 watching, here it is for a second time. The trailer. Please go over and back it. Let's see if we can beat. What are we at? 4 backers now so far? 5 backers? Let's see how many backers we can get tonight. All right, here is the trailer once again for Envy Volume 1 and Chapter 4.
Sweet. Yeah. So Austin, you kind of mentioned earlier how you got into drawing, the characters and getting in webtoons, but what got you into comics to where you wanted to do your own? Like, what was what struck a chord with you?
Well, I've always been into comics because I was always drawing. So I had been drawing since grade school, and ever since I had received my first compliment in drawing, I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep going, So I started drawing. So story time. There was this weird bumper like in Cartoon Network,
Okay.
where you have these things that are like intros and outros of the like not of the cartoons, but kind of from the commercial break to the cartoon. And these were bumpers, and one of them one Easter was this chimpanzee that came out in a Easter bunny costume, and it was collecting eggs. And I just, as a third grader, I was like, this is hilarious. What is this? So I go to school the next day, and my friend that he's the funny person, and then I was the artist. And I was like, dude, I'm going to draw this for you. Check it out. And so I drew him this like elaborate picture of the Easter monkey. And he was like, oh yeah, let's make a comic out of it. So he starts thinking of ideas and drawing, and and he comes to me with his house style. And it's just this absolutely like simplified, ruined version of the Easter monkey. But I was like, oh well, I can draw this over and over, sure. So we drew comics and of the Easter monkey, this 3 stick figures. One stick figure was Predator. Another stick figure was the Terminator, and another stick figure just had these big googly eyes and was Stupid Guy. So the Easter monkey and this cast of crew had just the most outlandish adventures, but it was a lot of fun, and it was something that I always kept doing. I would kind of get in these writer room moments with some of my friends, when I'm chilling at their house watching anime, and we go down this rabbit hole of like, yeah, we could have this storyline happen, and then your character does this and my character does that, and we would just have the best time. And like, I always loved doing that. So
That's awesome. That sounds like pure like comic creation, like at its purest form. Like that's so cool.
Most recently, just a few months ago, Rockin' Robbie Billups of Pop Culture Philosophers, on YouTube, I was with him at his apartment, and him and his friend Kevin Stokes, which is a Marvel comic, contracted previously Marvel artist. He was doing the Guardians project, which is like this NHL Marvel crossover thing. But Robbie and Kevin are wanting to make a story. And like, again, we hit this like writer's room thing where they're talking about it. And I'm like, oh, you could do this where it's not just the pyramids, but also Mortex has to like go on this journey where like something has to happen significant, and then it changes him. He can't just change for no reason, like, so we're just spitballing all this stuff, and like, I just love doing that. But my creations are all me, like for the most part, like 99% me. But
I just want to jump in quickly because I want to be able to show people things on the screen at the same time.
Yeah.
So we started off with what, 11 backers?
11
when we started the show. Michael, what do you think? Is this show a phenomenon? You enjoy doing the show every Friday?
Are you kidding me? That's why I was like fighting like hell to get on here.
It's like one of the few smaller indie creator comics where we all support our fellow smaller indie creators out there, right? Because we all know we're all struggling to get more eyes and stuff on our book. Austin, only reason I'm asking, last time you weren't able to come on our show and we got you 7 backers, right? So let's have a look at where the campaign is now. Bam!
Oh, nice. Fantastic.
11 to 19.
We almost doubled his backers. Almost.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
I think I figured out how to add the whatchamacallit, I had the secret link, and then I think I added issue 4. If I didn't screw it up, please, Austin, please make sure you just send me everything you got. Obviously, I'm a collector. I did my best. So how much have you raised so far of your total goal? Hold on, let me get my silly money out of there. So you're at $831 of the 5,000 pledge. So you're almost 20% of the way there. So.
Perfect. Yeah. So like a not so, like kind of an unspoken idea behind some of the funding is that you want to hit like 30% in the first couple of days, and that kind of like is a good marker that it'll fund by the last day. So I've done everything in my power to try and be able to hit 30% funded in these next couple of days. I still have a big convention day tomorrow. Obviously people still have to get these emails that are coming out and get reminded. But it's kind of like sparking that that little fire to get more people around and contributing to a big bonfire for eyeballs and being able to get the party started for the campaign. So thank you so much. Like it is just, this is going to be such a big swing for me to go for, and I'm hoping to hit it, you know.
So what's the page count? Sorry if I don't know if you already covered this and I wasn't. What's the page count for volume 1, and then what's the page count as well for chapter 4?
So I'm at page 35 currently for issue number 4, and I'm projecting that it lands at about 50 or 55 pages. The volume 1 will collected be 160-ish. And I have a commission tier. So if anybody pledges to do commissions, there's a potential that if you get with me ahead of time and the commission gets done before the printing goes off, then I can put it into the back of the book as well as additional stuff and additional content for everybody.
Very cool. It's like Michael's drawing for me. Like I was like, okay, that's going in one of the books. I was like, there's no way that's not going into print. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I hear that.
I did want to talk about the covers. So obviously there's volume 1.
Where should I go best to look at those in your campaign?
It's at the top. I have the first few covers. So there at the top is the volume 1. Okay. So you have that's just going to be standard across all of them. And then for issue number 4 is going to have a few different versions.
Okay.
So there's going to be the standard version, regular, safe for work. Then there is the not safe for work version. So it's just my standard version, but topless. So those are going to be the same price. I'm going to print as many of those as I need. And then I'm keeping the tradition going. For every floppy comic that I make, there's a variant cover, and this just gives another artist an opportunity to be a part of the project. And it's an exclusive cover that is only printed, only has a print of 40. So it runs a little bit higher of a price if you're a collector, you know, and you want all the covers. There's a variant.
Was this tier made for us? Knight's Pledge there? Was that?
That's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh no. But then I realized it's probably
not safe for work. Knight's Pledge. That's where it's at right there. Okay, here we go. We've got one of your variant covers here.
So my friend Jamie made this, and her little bio is in the story. But this cover is beautiful, and I think that it will look great as a foil cover. So again, if we fund, that will be a foil cover it'll have a beautiful sheen over those greens and purples.
That's very cool.
Nice.
It is spread out throughout the campaign, so there are only 40 available, but but I add it to other tiers, so that limits whatever tier it is included in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I see. Like, yeah, there's a lot of options to go through. Like, all kinds of stickers and volumes. Which tier do you recommend? Honestly, for anyone out there, which one do you say is the best value?
I would say my volume 1, just straight up the volume 1.
Okay.
If you're interested in the story, you're not a collector, and you want to get into what Envy is and everything, volume 1 will get you obviously the physical copy and then also the digital deluxe copy. So my digital deluxe is going to come with a scrollable format. So I'm familiar with making this in a webcomic format for my website. So I'm going to make some PDF formats that will also be scrollable like it's a webtoon.
Okay. Cool. So it's 30 for just the volume 1, and 38 you get the volume 1 plus the issue 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much is domestic shipping in the US?
Free.
Well, there you go. Can't go wrong. $38.
Nice.
All right. We're at the 1 hour and 40 minute marks, and I know I keep making this show 2 hours unnecessarily on you, Jason and Michael.
It's fun.
I thought it was my fault.
Yeah.
No, it's so good. I am beginning to crash. Busy week. Yeah. We can either wrap up in the next few minutes, or I could drop early. What do you guys want to do?
I think I'm pretty good. Hold on, there's a couple comments.
Yeah, if anybody has questions, I would love to be able to answer the questions.
Yeah, so here we got Crenshaw joining us. He says, not half all kingdoms of the world. Bible makes it clear that Satan is. Yes, we talked about that one. SF Gaming jumped in. This was supposed to say excellent. I just didn't see it was misspelled. Okay. Sorry. I'm watching side comments and like going over my head. Okay. Vulcan was mentioning that Michael is an outstanding addition to the show. I definitely
Michael
agree.
is, yeah. We're both glad you're here.
That means the world to me.
And
I've wanted to be like a panelist, like for you guys. Like I've come in and there are so many topics that y'all go over. Like, man, I could go on about that one, and then y'all throw me these topics tonight where I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they're hit and miss. Sometimes we get good ones and sometimes not so much. But
Austin, don't feel bad. Since this is like my maybe 8th, 9th show with these guys. Jason every week puts me on the spot. I struggle I do my best to keep up. At some point you realize, all right, just relax, just go with the flow. Whatever happens. So yeah,
Michael,
makes you sharper streaming though. It's like, even Rocky had to hit the gym, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Michael, you typically have 2 or 3 great zingers every show. Don't sweat it.
I try.
So what is this? You need to relaunch the workout routine bug. What's that in reference to?
I had made a Kickstarter back in October for a gym guide, and it was illustrated with Envy and Sam from Envy series.
Okay.
It didn't fund, so I kind of want to approach it differently. I want to give it a little bit more attention to art. I kind of thought I underestimated it. I thought that this would be. I'm so familiar with working out and nutrition and formatting and making a book and everything that I was like, well, I can do this in like 2 months. maybe less than that. And then it turned into like a 3-4 month thing. And there was still so much to it that I feel like I could have done a little bit better. So I do want to attack that again. Fitness and everything is a passion of mine, but I want to attack it right next time.
You should. I'm wholly interested in that concept.
Balkan's agreeing with me. Go for the Knight's Pledge. That was a good deal. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what mess I ended up with. I'm hoping Austin at the end of the day realizes it's me, crazy Canadian backer there, and he gives me basically everything. We'll see. And then what you call it? Jason's too smart for all of us. There you go. That's high praise there for you. So. Does anyone want to give anything in closing? Shout out, Jason. I'll start with you first. Anything?
Yeah, Austin, thank you for coming on the show. And if you haven't yet, go sign up for Jupiter issue 2 because I'm at 158 signups, 2 away from 160. So please go sign up, and then please join me and Craig tomorrow as we troll Michael in the chat when he's on
Crenshaw show. Yeah,
absolutely.
And then after the show ends, hop on over the gutter. Aldous and JP are looking at Horace H. Hoover, and so go check out that show after you get through Craig's outros.
Any chance you can send me that in the private, and I can link to our chat for Aldous. I just linked. By the way, here's Jupiter again. So I want to say thank you, Austin. I can tell you for a fact I got 2 or 3 new subscribers to my YouTube, and I directly attribute those new subscribers to you coming on as a guest. Either people who follow you, obviously subscribe to my YouTube. I appreciate that. So we're up to 465 now on my YouTube. Thank you, by the way. So hopefully, maybe we can get Jason past the 160 threshold. And then Michael, here's your chance. Is there anything you want to pitch or plug? Do you want me to bring up the Crenshaw show again? It's up to you.
Oh, yeah. So I'll be on Crenshaw's show tomorrow night, same time as this show, 10 o'clock, best time. I'm gearing up to attempt to launch my comic Cool It on Fun My Comic. I already spoke to Craig. We're going to have the launch party here at the end of May. So, yeah, if all of you can join for that, that'd be amazing. It's going to be a fun time.
Is there anything new or extra in the Fun My Comic campaign to make me open my wallet a second time?
Well, there's going to be a great retro gaming homage cover exclusive to Fun My Comic, plus other stuff, other art in there that I still have to figure out, but I'm definitely going to do a lot to differentiate from the Indiegogo campaign. By no means do I want to offer the same exact thing. So, yeah, I'm going to do a lot of work to make it different. Yeah.
So hold on here. Sorry, I am sort of working behind the scenes once again.
If you like Super Nintendo or Genesis and stuff like that, that box art, that kind of stuff, like
Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel Genesis.
Oh, see, the thing is, like, the pseudo intellectual part of me will pick Peter Gabriel Genesis, but the true pop garbage loving 80s schlock part of me will always have Phil Collins close to my heart. That's how it has to be. Yeah.
Phil Collins, Take Me Home. It doesn't get much better than that.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
There you go. Head on over to Crenshaw's channel there. I put the link in the chat there, and then troll. You can troll on the live tab the upcoming episode with him and Michael in 24 hours. See, that I already commented in their chat there. Look at that.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, I want to say thank you to you guys for having me on, and thank you for the chat for being a part of this. It's a very difficult but fulfilling road.
Yes, thank you for joining us for our zaniness and popping into our chat every week and supporting the show. How long do you think you've been hanging out with us? For about a year? Would you say so, Austin?
Yeah, every on occasion, in and out. Yeah.
Oh, again, that's what keeps us going. Even SF Gaming says thanks, fellas. The same thing. Me and SF Gaming talk every week. Yes, Jupiter 2. Do you have any updates on Jupiter 2? What can we expect? When are you going to launch? When am I going to do my mailing list for Soul Tax? inquiring minds want to know.
What I think is, I think a month from now, I'll be able to pick a date, and it's likely going to be middle of Q3. So I'm going to try and avoid it being Q4, but I'm looking for Q3. But I've got a lot of ducks to get in a row. So, but it will be this year.
I don't want to skip the mailing list, so I'm the same thing. I promised I would at least do a mailing list in May. So worst case scenario, I'm either just going to throw a MailChimp together or something, but there will be something in May. The campaign probably won't launch, like you said, until maybe September, but that's when I maybe go with Soul Tax. And when's your Kickstarter, Michael? Sorry.
That's a good question. You guys are like spooking me right now by talking about Q3 when I'm talking about the end of May, but I'm I'm a mess, so whatever.
May, is that your Kickstarter launch factoring May? Well, before our show, obviously.
When should I do the Kickstarter? What would you recommend if I'm going to do Fund My Comic at the end of May?
I don't think it really matters. At the end of the day, people who support you are going to support you. And we always used to say, always be selling. So like Soul Tack has been down for almost a year that I haven't had books available. And I can tell you, as long as I kept it active, every month I would at least have 1 or 2 backers. As long as it was active, they would just trickle in. But once I closed the campaign, that came to a grinding halt, right? So you factor that in over a year, that's 24 backers I potentially missed out on. So that's my recommendation is always be selling, always have something active.
Yeah.
Oh, I signed up for Jupiter and it said 118 followers. So I was like, okay, so that'll make it like 119. This was a few months ago.
Okay.
And then I signed up and I went through like these hoops to like log in, verify, etc. And then I go back to the count and it says 117 followers. Like, what?
Weird.
I was a negative follower.
Oh, but it'll say you. It'll say like 117 and you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does weird stuff like that. But thank you, Austin.
And Crenshaw's also weighing in and said that Austin will be on content as well in a few weeks. So you're booked on Crenshaw's show as well, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bulk could say, and always fun having you as a guest. You're welcome back as always for your future issues as well. So with the 64, 65 that are watching, again, I want to apologize. I put a little extra Canadian content in there. I know who gives a shit about Canadian politics. You got to understand, my government, for the first time in history, bought and bribed a majority government. And that has never happened in 150 years. So I was a little upset. I needed to vent on that. So that's a little bit of that in the intro. But it should be fun regardless. Austin, again, thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to stick around, we're always in the back room for an extra 5 minutes or so. If you feel like dipping out during the outros as well, again, sometimes it can be a little bit much.
I'm just going to grab a chair. I don't know how Michael does this.
Okay. All right, too easy. But we had a high point of 65 tuning in tonight, and as well as usually 150 watching total. So again, to everyone who supports the show every week, thank you so much. Our next week's guest, Von Klaus, is joining us finally for Terror in the Trenches 2. So
my favorites.
Yes, so Von Klaus will be back for next week. And then in closing, on that note for everyone, again, thank you so much for supporting the show, and have a good weekend.
Hey,
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go.
Saying men aren't women, jail. Non-sanctioned journalism, jail. Denying climate change, definitely jail. Criticizing the liberal government, jail right away. Questioning the 215 grave narrative, jail right now. Spicy memes, jail.
Oink, oink. Oink, 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink, 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 oink. Best piggy in the town. Oink, 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 oink. Piggy, piggy. Oink, 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 oink. I'm a pig. Oink, 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink, 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 oink. Best piggy in the town. Oink, 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 oink. Piggy, piggy. Oink, 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 oink. I'm a pig. How big was the check? What a sly fox. She follows the money. Cute as gladu. She follows the money. Cute as gladu. She follows the money. Cute as gladu. Say one thing, but do another. NASCAR jackets with a Brookfield sponsor. A bunch of fucking cheating bastards. Thank you for proving there's no point. What does she trade? Is it anything good? Canada for cash, taxes up again. Aren't you a hypocrite? Easy tiger, business in the front. CCP, party in the back. You are rotten to the core, lady. What is the point? Full of deceit to join the liberal party of the CCP. This is the message to teach our kids. Laughable now. Mark Carnage showed you across the floor. Please tell me how you can keep your seat next to your NDP traitor. Disgusting dirtball vote now. I voted PC, not liberal. She just joined the WEF County and China. You should practice what you preach. Enjoy your last term. Democracy has fallen. The
Purpose of departure. Moving to the U.S. for work. That'll be $500,000. What? I don't have that. Then you're not going anywhere.
It literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably.
Typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's
So I would
sake.
like to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was...
It doesn't
Excuse
matter.
me.
We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So
well,
I would like to take a break at this
yeah,
moment. I would like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
Go off the record. Go off the record.
I'd like to be Pope. That would be my number one choice.
Right now, I feel! What do you feel?
Round one, fight! Squeeze pop. Thank you, Kill. You win. Perfect.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants. So, Congressman, you referred to Elon Musk as a fascist at some point and alluded to him being a national security threat. Do you see that more of a national security threat, you sleeping with a Chinese spy?
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.